Hello and welcome to United Report. This is your home for all the latest Manchester United news, match updates, transfer stories, and in-depth analysis. Stay connected and never miss a moment. Subscribe now to stay ahead with everything happening at Old Trafford. Manchester United have been handed a boost in their pursuit of Victor Osimhen, with Chelsea reportedly ruling out a move for the forward. Both clubs are in the market for a new striker this summer, having struggled in front of goal so far this season. United's frontline strikers Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee have managed just 3 Premier League goals each, while Chelsea forwards Nicholas Jackson and Christopher Nkunku have netted 9 and 3 league goals respectively. Osimhen is expected to leave Napoli this summer as he enters the final year of his contract, having spent this season out on loan at Galatasaray, where he has scored 30 goals in 35 appearances across all competitions. However, according to a report from The Telegraph, Chelsea are unlikely to make a move for Osimhen this summer. The report states that they have attitude concerns about the 26-year-old. United Report understands that United, meanwhile, are pushing ahead with a £40 million move for Osimhen after Red Devils boss Ruben Amorim made him his top attacking target for the summer. United are confident that they can sign Osimhen for a cut price fee, with Napoli needing to sell or risk losing him for free next year. Despite United's financial constraints due to profit and sustainability rules, the club have publicly stated that Amorim will have money to spend. "We speak to Ruben very frequently," CEO Omar Barada told TNT Sports last month. Ruben has a good relationship with Jason Wilcox. They both share the vision of how they want to see the team playing. It is about planning properly for the summer transfer window and having a clear idea of what players we want to bring in. We're making some big efforts to get us in the best financial position. Even if we're outside of Europe, I think we will be in a position to invest in the squad. And Amorim has previously spoken about how important this summer's window will be for United. There are characteristics we don't have in our squad, and we are trying to see about the gaps we have, Amorim said earlier this month. "When I say we need big players, I'm not talking about players from Real Madrid. I am talking about players in the way I see the game. Of course, money helps. We need to be really good in recruitment. We need to know our system and the way we play, and the players have to be perfect for their positions. So we know what we have to do, that is clear, and we will see next season." United is a different context to Sporting and a different league, but we were in a similar position, and maybe even lower. I was lucky to work with Hugo Viana, and I find I have more or less the same relationship with Jason. So in that part, I am completely relaxed. It is different because the competition here is different, but of course, we need to have a great connection. I am really excited for next season and also really stressed because I put a lot of pressure on us. Newcastle United would be the best destination for Marcus Rashford this summer, according to Ian Wright. Rashford has enjoyed himself since joining Aston Villa on loan from Manchester United in January, and a permanent move to Birmingham appears the most likely option once the summer transfer window opens. The England forward has 4 goals and 6 assists in 17 appearances for Villa and appears a good fit for Unai Emery's team. He has earned the Villa manager's trust, playing ahead of Ollie Watkins against Paris Saint-Germain in their Champions League quarter-final. Villa have a £40 million option to buy Rashford at the end of the loan agreement, and United are keen to cash in as they plot a busy summer window. Rashford's contract at his boyhood club runs until June 2028, but Ruben Amorim has made it clear he doesn't want him, meaning a decision will need to be taken once the window opens on June 1st. United Report understands that Rashford does not want to join Villa permanently and has ruled out moving to a London club. He is keen to compete in the Champions League next season, and Wright has therefore come up with a left-field suggestion that could fit the brief. "It's the kind of signing Newcastle should be making," Wright said on his Ringer FC podcast. "That would be amazing. That would be dangerous. Rashford at Newcastle? Yeah, that would be really good. I really like that for Rashford. Rashford at Newcastle can be dangerous." Newcastle are currently 5th in the Premier League and in line to qualify for the Champions League, with an extra spot awarded to the division by UEFA this season. They are 2 points ahead of Chelsea and Villa, with 5 games left to play. Were he to join Eddie Howe's side, Rashford would be competing with Harvey Barnes and Anthony Gordon for a place on the left of their 4-3-3 formation. However, Rashford is fully focused on playing for Villa for the time being and does not plan to address his future until the end of the season. He would be open to moving abroad, with Spain of particular interest. Yet his wages could be an issue, given he is currently paid around £325,000 a week by United. But speaking in December after being frozen out by Amorim, the 27-year-old explained how he wants to leave United when the time comes. "For me, personally, I think I'm ready for a new challenge and the next steps," Rashford said. "When I leave, it's going to be no hard feelings. You're not going to have any negative comments from me about Manchester United. That's me as a person. If I know that a situation is already bad, I'm not going to make it worse. I've seen how other players have left in the past, and I don't want to be that person. When I leave, I'll make a statement and it will be from me." Ruben Amorim has thrown a lifeline to Marcus Rashford by suggesting he could have a future at Manchester United. Rashford left United for a loan spell at Aston Villa in January and is expected to leave his boyhood club on a permanent deal this summer. Amorim froze Rashford out of his United side back in December and wants to overhaul his squad in the summer transfer window. However, speaking in a press conference ahead of United's Premier League game against Bournemouth on Sunday, he suggested all possibilities remain on the table. "All the players on loan will return, and then the club will decide what to do at the end of the season," he said. "When you put a player on loan, the best thing is for them to perform. All these loan players have talent, and they have to put that on the team." Rashford isn't the only United player currently away on loan, with Jadon Sancho Chelsea, Antony Real Betis and Tyrell Malacia PSV Eindhoven also away from Old Trafford. "The talent of Rashford, the talent of Antony, they all have talent," Amorim added. "We are really happy because if you put players on loan, you want them to perform. That is good for us." Rashford has been in good form since joining Villa, contributing 4 goals and 6 assists in 17 appearances across all competitions. He has impressed Villa boss Unai Emery, who has played him ahead of Ollie Watkins in big games recently. Villa have a £40 million option to buy Rashford at the end of the loan agreement, and United had appeared keen to cash in as they plot a busy summer window. Rashford's contract at his boyhood club runs until June 2028, but Amorim had previously made it clear he doesn't want him. United Report understands that Rashford has ruled out returning to United, but also does not want to join Villa permanently. The 27-year-old has ruled out moving to a London club, but is keen to compete in the Champions League next season, with a move to Spain a possibility. United need to raise funds for new players, and loanees like Rashford appear the most obvious way of doing so. The club are in advanced talks with Wolves striker Matheus Cunha, and are happy to trigger his £62.5 million release clause once the transfer window opens on June 1st. Amorim refused to be drawn on the topic of Cunha. "I could say this is a conversation for the end of the season, but I have an idea that is clear because we need to do things early," he said. "I will not say anything about Matheus, because if I say one time, I will have to comment on every situation. I am focused on this season, and even in the next few games, could change our plan for next season."